6:30 show. I'm your host, Jimmy Plageroni, and today we're going to be talking about something you're going to want to avoid like the plague. You guessed it, it's the plague. The plague is an infectious disease which over the course of human history has resulted in over 50 million deaths worldwide.
Bring out your day!
2 plague pandemics have hit the world, most notably in the 14th century with the Black Death. The plague is caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis and uses fleas and lice as the vector spreading through rodents. The Yersinia pestis bacterium incurred a mutation in a protease called PLA roughly 2,000 years ago, allowing it to better infect the body. But what do people really know about the plague? Now we turn to field reporter Jessica Plagenson. Jessica?
Thanks, Jimmy. I'm here in the streets of McMaster to see what the public knows about the plague.
Did you know that we're currently living in the third wave of the plague pandemic?
I did not know that.
Did you know that if you had a pet squirrel, you're more susceptible to the plague?
Did you know? No.
But did you know?
No, it didn't.
Plague? Thoughts?
What?
Thanks, Jessica. And I was out here thinking the plague had been eradicated. To get a better understanding of what we're dealing with, let's watch my interview with Dr. Kendrick Pointar, an expert in all things plague-related. Dr. Pointer, the Indiana Jones of McMaster, good to have you with us today. I was not aware that we're living in the third pandemic of the plague. Would you care to elaborate on that?
Yes, we're actually in what is considered the third pandemic of plague. The WHO has actually recorded roughly 5,248 infectious cases between 2010 and 2015, which account for roughly 548 deaths. So it still very much is contrary to popular belief around. Even Canada does have plague, most notably in British Columbia, where it's very much present in squirrels, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's comforting to hear. Can you give a little insight on to how the plague is transmitted?
Well, plague is caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, and it's often transmitted through the bites of fleas and lice. Now, when that bacteria enters the bloodstream, it's called septicemic plague. When that further enters the respiratory tract and the lungs, we have what's called pneumonic plague. Now, pneumonic plague is particularly bad as it can be easily transmitted through coughs and sneezes. In those coughs and sneezes contain what's called the bacterium inoculum, and that is what causes the infections of other people.
What?
Well, actually, plague can be treated with simple antibiotics, provided that you get an early detection of an infection. So long as you get gram-negative antibiotics, you will actually be fine. Now, I don't want me being here to be like, oh my God, we're all going to get plague in the future. No, it's good that people are aware that plague still is an issue that is present in the world and that we should all be conscientious of it. If you are present with plague symptoms, do get treatment as soon as possible.
Well, thank you for your input, and it's comforting to know that we can at least treat this infection with antibiotics. Thanks for tuning in this week, guys. Tune in next week to see our special report on antibiotic resistance and how antibiotics are growing to be worthless. Wait, what?